This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by Landmark Self-Storage in Leominster, landmarkselfstorage.com, and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank, create success, enterprisebanking.com.
Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the City of Leominster. We're live this afternoon, and we have a guest. You will enjoy this segment of Inside Leominster. Ron is here, and Keith is here, and who else is back there? Carl is there, and we thank them. And all of our sponsors, as you just saw, who sponsor this show each and every week. Let's go to the phone lines, because when we were talking about professionals, did you see 25 years... Carl, did you put that up there? I saw that. 25 years of excellent what? Broadcasting, isn't it? What did it say?
Excellent broadcasting.
Yeah, excellent something. Anyway, see that? So speaking of pros, we're going to right to the phones because it's time for the one and only The Art Report. And there's a picture of him on the left-hand side of your screen. All right, you're there.
AKA the Voice.
The Voice.
Yes, I am.
The
Voice.
Voice.
We have a state they call the Beehive State.
Beehive.
And beehive, as in pollination, etc. And I was out today, and like every day, I'm out and about. We have our own Beehive State right here in Leominster. There is so much going on in a positive production note that it makes you smile and enjoy paying your taxes. I'll tell you, now we got 3 stories of a police station going up down on Central. That's a big building.
It's big.
It's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. And well-deserved by all, I might add.
And it's built for the next 50 or 60 years.
Yep. And also, coming down 13 this morning, they were busy installing all the new lights.
Yes.
And I noticed that the Gardner one's going up, and they're all hanging there, and the 3 lanes. So now is a good time for everybody to start practicing using the proper lane of traffic, if you will, to go to Gardner, to go to Market Basket, to go downtown Leominster. And if you take them in that order, it's very simple. If you're in the far left, you're going to go to Gardner or Westminster. If you're in the middle, you're going to merge over to go to Market Basket. If you stay right, you're going to go downtown.
Simple as that.
Confusing at first, but it's going to be very simple and clean. And it's self-cleaning. That's one thing I've noticed. I have yet to see. The only time there's a backup was like today, and it's expected because today there was a service truck parked in the middle of the road doing the lights for Gardner.
Right.
And they got to park somewhere.
Right.
So that caused a bit of a congestion, but not enough to get upset about.
No,
and,
the end result.
They were even doing, I've been telling my wife quite frequently on Day Street, the swampy area on the right-hand side heading up to 13. The trees are rotting. And today they were in there cutting down some of those trees to keep them off of Day Street.
Right.
It's a great idea.
Keep them off the power lines.
Yeah, I've got many notes to the state about the flats in Bolton on 117. That's a time bomb down there for those trees to start coming across that road. Because that's Nashua River. It's always over, and it's all wet, and they drown, they die.
The Bolton Flats.
Yeah, I commuted through there for over 37 years. I know that road quite well. And I know the minute you get to the middle of Bolton, you got to put both feet on your brakes. Because going there too slow is too fast.
Well, you know, what's interesting is going up the hill, after you get to the light at Bolton Orchards, going up the hill, it's 45 miles an hour as it heads into a thickly settled area. When you're coming down the hill, when you're leaving the thickly settled area, going into more rural area where the speed limit should be higher, it's 35 miles an hour. So
Correct.
they've got it in reverse. I'm surprised nobody's complained. But going up the hill as you're heading into the section where there are houses, the speed limit is higher. And it's supposed to be vice versa. So coming down the hill, when you're leaving the area where there's a thickly settled area, the speed limit should be high. And how they calculate that is on the 80 percentile. 80%.
I'll tell you, I used to, there was a point in time down there that if you did complain, it just went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
And I tried to do it diplomatically.
Yeah.
At one time, there was a mobile gas station in the center of town. Now we're coming home from work at 5 o'clock, and you got cars coming off of 495. You got cars coming off of the back way through Berlin, which I would take to get to Northborough. And what would happen was employees would park their cars on 117 that worked at the gas station because the pumps were right on the street.
Yeah,
almost.
I remember, yep.
So if somebody was going to take a left at the center of town,
Right.
they would stop there. You couldn't go around them because of the parked cars that were there, and that would just cause a mess. Finally, they got a light there now.
Right.
But before that, it was brutal, and it didn't do any good to complain. They just looked at you cross-eyed and didn't want to hear about it. So, but now it's not bad because I don't have to commute anymore. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and that's about all I got for tonight. Again, though, the Beehive, it's looking great. We got pavement going. Everybody's getting paved.
Yes.
I don't mean peeved. I mean paved. That's going to look nice. Everything's going to be nice and new and smooth. And the pothole crews have been very busy, I noticed.
Yep. Keeping it together.
It's a team effort, and thank you to all that are involved.
Well,
having said that, have a fine weekend. We're going to tee it up again tomorrow.
Yes, good for you.
Well, yeah, I never thought I'd see the day I'd be wearing earmuffs playing golf, but that goes with the weather.
I wish I knew how to play golf. I'd play with you, but in the meantime, when I drive by, I'll give you a little toot.
There you go.
All right.
You'll probably see us coming out of the woods looking for our balls.
That's okay. I'll give it a double toot.
Take care.
All right. That was Art from the Art Report. Thank you, Art. A phone number here, 978-534-1626. We're going to take a short break, and then we're coming back. We have a guest. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hold your breath. We'll be right back.
First and foremost, thank you very much for everyone for coming tonight. I have the honor of introducing our mayor, who I need to share a little bit of some background about the mayor.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have a lot of stories.
No. Pay no attention.
So, about a year ago, Jason and I embarked on this idea of opening a food truck. And we didn't really know what we were doing. We said we love food, we love people, we love making people happy with food. So we were in Wells, Maine. We went to the food truck. I don't know if anybody's ever been there. My mom squad certainly has. It was Congdon's After Dark, and there's a food truck park there. And Jason is incredibly talented. He is a chef. He was a former caterer. I worked at Friendly's for 8 years. That's impressive. So I really don't know how to cook, but I know how to make French fries. So we started talking about this. We both suffered some pretty serious and very tragic events in our lives, and we said life is too short. And with that, we embarked on this idea of opening a food truck and giving back to our community. And I will talk a lot more about Eagles a little bit later, but for now, I wanted to share that we started doing research. We really just sunk our teeth in everything we could find out about food truck business, about Board of Health, about how we go about this. And we reached out to the mayor. And we reached out to the mayor's office, and I can't tell you how supportive they have been of us every step of the way. And I think
We're back here at Inside Leominster. Thanks for watching. Again, the phone number, if you have any questions, 978-534-1626. We want to welcome Caroline Tocci. Caroline, Thanks for coming on.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I already asked her like a million questions that have nothing to do with the interview, but I had to ask them. I got to catch up, check mother, father, grandmother, all that stuff, see what's going on, see where she's working. And thanks for coming on, because I know this is important. After your cousin was tragically killed out there in Princeton, the Marcotte Foundation was formed. I knew it was you, some of your cousins, and whole family, and then a lot of her friends and just local friends and people that knew her decided that you wanted to do something.
Yeah, when Vanessa died, we really knew we wanted to honor her, but then also help other women. We knew really if the tragedy happened to any of Vanessa's family or friends, she would have done anything to prevent it from happening to anyone else. And so really we started the foundation in January 2017. Right. It was formed, and we hired an executive director just a few years ago now. So we've really grown over the last 6 years.
There's only so much you can do with a group of people. Somebody's got to like follow through with this and make the phone calls, connecting, and that's sometimes impossible, but with the ability to hire somebody. Yeah,
we were able to finally grow so much that we could hire someone and help us. So it's definitely been helpful to have that, as I have a full-time job and the other board members working too. So it's been incredible to see the support.
It's a good use of your time and a good use of somebody else's time. If you're really going to get anywhere at some point, someone has to be, take the baton and go with it. I mean, it really has to happen. Otherwise, all of a sudden you have an event coming up and you're scrambling to get things done. And so tell us now what the foundation is and what kind of you decide to focus on, kind of two pieces of this.
So we focus on promoting female safety awareness, and that's all of our self-defense programming, but we also want to tackle the root cause of the issue, which we think is the objectification of women in our society. And so we want to work with young boys as well. And so we're in the process right now of looking at different boys programs that we could fund, as we have been focused really on female safety and providing these self-defense classes. So we're really excited about this next, like having that second piece of tackling the issue that we can fix. Like, women want to learn self-defense, but that doesn't really solve the issue of why is this happening to women.
It's like putting a top on your roof or painting a ceiling in your house when it's raining.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid to the issue, and we want to get to the root cause.
So what would that, I mean, in your opinion, if you were to sort of, your vision down the road, what would that look like?
So I think definitely funding boys programs. Boys in our society are really taught this limited definition of masculinity to be tough, not to cry, and that can really have detrimental effects on young boys. I think statistically in the United States, boys are twice as likely to commit a violent crime, which just shows, that boys, how they're raised, especially if they don't have good mentors growing up, can lead to violence. And so thinking about just objectification in our culture, that has to do with the media. And so we think that if we could fund programs that help young boys and girls look at these stereotypes in our media and realize how can we break them down to change, right? And that's the focus on gender equality that we're interested in.
And the media is driving, right? I mean, the media does drive. I mean, I get they're in a business and they have stakeholders to share. I get it, but they do share some of the responsibility of. I mean, if you're a lady in America today and you're in Hollywood or you're in the music industry, you're constantly having to, especially if you're a lady, if you're a female, you're constantly having to prove yourself or to prove your relevance.
Right.
That it seems like everybody that hits 50 years old has to, show that they're at the gym, or they're in the bathing suit in the Aruba. Why do they have? I mean, why does the media encourage that? Right? I mean, same sort of thing on the reverse side of it all.
Right. So it's like you're trying to attain this beauty standard that's just not attainable, and so
it's okay to be 50 and 60 and 40 and 30, and you don't have to tell the world you're relevant. We know you're relevant, right? We see you in the movies, we hear your music. We shouldn't care about the other pieces of that.
Right.
Now, the other part of this is, I think, really, when I heard what the foundation was going to do, I thought, finally, because obviously people are more active today, right? So you get up, you do whatever you do in the morning, you go to work, go out, get something to eat maybe at the end of the day, you go to the grocery store, you rush home, either make dinner or go out to dinner, rush. everyone's more active. They're running, walking, hiking, whatever it is. And so this really talks about safety, about rethinking what we do.
Right. Yeah.
In every aspect of our life, or
Right.
in the case of the foundation, a female's life.
Right. It's really easy just to get wrapped up, especially talking back about phones and devices and being on your phone or listening to headphones and not being aware of your surroundings. It's really easy to do that. And I think that's one thing we want to bring awareness to, is that we don't want people to be fearful, but you also have to be aware. That's just the reality today.
And I can understand. Look at Vanessa's out there. She's going for a run. Who wants that? Like, where do I put my keys? Or how many times you throw it in your shoe? Now you're running, you got a key in the shoe, or you stick it in your sock. Or, people say, well, carry me. So, well, okay. Where do you want me to put that? I get it. I've been in that situation 1,000 times, so I get it. But this really kind of tears apart everything in the issue of safety. And it really goes pretty deep into, when people, and some of the response that I got when people that watch our Facebook page knew you were going to come on and said, let me know when the next time. Now, I know we're going to talk about the event, which is the 5K run and walk. But when is the next time? Like, when can, I've been going running, or I've been going walking, or I've been doing, or I get out of work sometimes late and I'm by myself. When's the next time? So you see, you're getting people's attention. They're beginning to understand. You've got to kind of protect yourself, right? You've got to, and you tear it all apart. The foundation and its trainers tear it all apart and make it. So you would think, somebody might think, I'm going to show up. They're going to say, I don't know, poke somebody in the eyes and spray them some mace or kick them. It's much, much more than that.
Yeah, and that's not your instinct really to do that. Your instinct is really to freeze, and so you have to take more than one self-defense class, and it's really focusing on how to have that mindset if something were to happen. Some self-defense instructors we work with think about empowering women to feel confident and having this survival mindset. If something were dangerous to happen, it's like it's not in your muscle memory to really react, and so
you just train the brain. In the event something happens, I already know what to do. Bang, 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 right? I mean, that's the. But I'm just saying, this is much more than a 5-minute presentation. This really gets deep into it, and anybody that I know that I've known that has taken it. In fact, Sheriff Lou Evangelitis talked about it. Like he's like, he's like, everybody should take this. This is really worthwhile. Everyone that's taken is like, it's kind of like motorcycle safety or something. Everybody's like, oh, I know how to ride a motorcycle, and I know how to. And in the reality, they're glad they did it. Yeah, exactly. Right? Like I never thought before Vanessa died I really had to take self-defense. I took one class, I think, senior year of college, and I just said, I'm safe. I don't leave the house early. I'm not out alone at night. Like as if you can plan this, and you can. 978-534-1626. Caroline Tocci is here for the Vanessa Marcotte Foundation, and they've done a great job. I mean, how much have you raised since day one? Since day one, that's a lot. Close to, definitely close to. We're getting up there to $1 million. But every every year at the 5K we raise about $100,000, and so we have to give money away, obviously, to our programs. But that's a lot. But yeah, we've really raised a lot and hopefully spread awareness. And you struck a nerve. I think it was something that was badly needed, and no one really focused on it as in communities. And this isn't just Leominster; it's the whole area that you're doing the training in. So the training moves around. Now, let's talk about the 6th annual 5K run and walk, June 18th. Yes, we're really excited to be back in person again. We've been virtual the last 2 years, and then this year we have both options because there are people from all over the country. Last year we even had people in Europe participate, and so we want to keep that option open. So if you go to our website, vtmf.org, you can look at you can sign up now. Registration's been open a few weeks. And so there's a few different options. There's a t-shirt option that you could buy, I think, for $35. And then we have a special price for kids under, I think, 12 and under is a certain price. And then we have a virtual option. So there's really an option for everyone. We're really excited that the whole family can join because it's a run and a walk, so you don't have to be a runner to 9:30 in the morning, so you get up there bright and early, got the rest of the day to yourself, you did something good, you helped raise some money, and you have a DJ to play some music, food, beer, ice cream, raffles. I kind of think that when they used to have Slattery's, most people ran it just so at the end they could go to the
Go
party
get a beer.
and
Yeah,
get a
so
beer.
we're
A
really-
good excuse, right?
We're fortunate to have such amazing sponsors from the community and just people we've known that have wanted to participate as a sponsor, and we're still looking for more sponsors now.
Right.
So if people know of businesses that would like to sponsor, it's a great way to get their name out. Their name gets put on the T-shirt if they sponsor a certain amount, and we'll have signs with their logos. And so we really hope to get the whole community involved.
The who's the person that's the full-time person that works? For
Melissa Bowman
Okay.
and Kristen Dreyer both work
All right.
for
So
us.
if you go to runforvanessa.org, all of that information is there.
Yes.
All the connections.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you can sign up for everything, do everything there, get sponsorships, do it all. Now, for the next question, because I know that's the question I'm going to get is, so when's the next, what's the next kind of workshop or whatever you might call it, training session
So we're
defensive safety?
Yeah, so we're doing so much. There's so many schools and other businesses that have reached out to have us, but I know, Sheriff Lou has been amazing with the Worcester County Sheriff's Department, and so we're working on a date in May for a location in central Massachusetts, so that's to be determined.
You know, we have all these buildings here where they're all open to you.
Yeah, I'd
whichever
love
you
one
need.
to, oh, thank
City
you,
Hall,
I appreciate it.
All the schools, everything. I mean,
Okay.
this is, get as many people trained as possible. you
Yeah,
know?
I'd love to have one again here. And so if people are interested in having them come to schools, like I just spoke at Wellesley High, where I work, and so, other schools that want to be involved. There's private schools that have reached out, so we're really trying to spread awareness all over Massachusetts and even beyond. So there's actually a part on our website where you can go to ask about, that kind of opportunity
Good.
of us
So people
coming.
should go to runforvanessa.org.
Or that'll direct you to the 5K page, and then just our website, vtmf.org.
And then a calendar of what's the next training session. And
Yes. So we'll have our Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We have all of our events coming up there posted as well.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 9th and 10th.
9th, 10th, that's good.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
And what subject?
English.
English. Oh, I've got to make sure. Ronnie and I went to school. How were you in English, Ron? Neither Ron or I were going to be English majors.
That's okay. Oh, really?
That's okay.
I did better in history.
And just so we do some local sort of connections here,
Yeah.
your dad, your mother, your grandparents, you're from Leominster.
Yes. Yeah, I'm from Leominster. Vanessa was from Leominster. And
Your
so,
dad?
Yeah. What about my dad's from Leominster?
Yeah, say his name. There's people watching.
Oh,
like,
hi. Yeah.
that,
to
like,
everyone
your father's
watching.
name and your mother.
Richard and
You
Anna.
I
and
think you look more
Rosanna
like your
Diga.
father than you do your mother.
Oh, really?
I think so. I'm convinced.
Yeah, some people.
Your
have two
mannerisms are
sisters.
a lot like your
Similar.
father, I think.
That's funny. Yeah.
Right?
Some people say that. So.
And then some people think it's your mother. You look more like your
Yeah,
mother.
I have two older sisters, so some people think I look like my oldest, and then my middle
Right.
looks like my dad. So
Oh, good.
we all
Well, I always
look
want to make
alike.
a local connection.
Yes,
you
of
know?
course. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, obviously, a tragic situation. I want to put the foundation together to make, do something meaningful
Mm-hmm.
in her honor, in her name. Obviously, it hasn't got a trial yet. It's still going on. Can you believe it? That.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time in
tough.
Vanessa's family, and
Yep.
it'll be just be continuing our focus on the foundation is
Exactly.
really
Focus on the issue, right? That can make a difference.
Right.
And let the other part of the law and the judicial system take care of that. But to raise that kind of money, that's substantial. And think of all the people that you've helped.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how many people have gone through the training, but
Yes.
that's and if they don't go to the training, and they're there for the run of the walk, it's got to get them start thinking about maybe we should be going to the training. We're here to help, the benefit and to raise money, but maybe we should think about
Taking a class
and being more aware of our surroundings. And we all do it. We put the earbuds in and we tune the rest of the world out and
it's really easy to get distracted.
And everybody.
especially-
I mean, it's not going to happen to me. It happens somewhere else. It just But
What people
that's
think,
why we
yeah.
need to take That's why you need to take
Right.
the course,
Yes.
right? The workshop, the course, because it does happen, and they're going to make you more aware of making sure that you're more aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
and if something should happen, what to do. So
You'll be
it's
safe,
embedded.
right.
It's just instinct. At
Right,
that
it's
point.
your instinct, and that takes time to develop. So if we can get younger girl, from middle school age
Start 'em
up
young,
into adulthood, it'd be amazing for people to have those skills.
Right. Well, you did
Yeah.
a magnificent job. And
Thank
you
you.
for coming
Thank
out
you
here
so
to be
much.
with us today. And we'll see you on the 18th. My knees
I'd love to have
over.
you.
My
Yeah.
running days are
Well, it's a
over.
run and walk, so,
I'll do the walk. We'll do
people
the
can
walk.
walk and push strollers, and it's just a fun day for everyone. So we're really excited to have everyone
right.
there.
Caroline
Thank
Tocci
you. Thank you so much.
with the
for having me.
Vanessa, with runforvanessa.org. You find out everything you need to know about everything, not just the run and walk, and not just about the training, but pretty much everything.
Right,
History.
we have all those safety self-defense tips there. We also have a webinar kind of on gender equality and what men can do too, posted on our website. So definitely check out our
Awesome.
website.
Great job. Thank you. That's
Thank
Saturday,
you.
June 18th, 9:30 in the morning, Wachusett Mountain Ski Area. You won't miss them. There's lots of people that go. You won't miss it.
Yeah.
Up there in Princeton, a great event for the whole family. DJ food, beer, ice cream, and raffles. And there's a little barcode here, and we'll certainly be promoting it every day on our little
Thank
morning
you.
briefing. And so keep
Thank
up
you
the good
so much.
work
Thank
to you,
you.
your
I really
family,
appreciate
all your
having
friends,
me.
and everybody. I know you have a
Okay.
huge extended family.
Yeah, it's nice that everyone, and I feel like our mission people really connect to, even if they didn't know Vanessa. So that's been really positive to have.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Don't look like you're ready to run out. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, as soon as we take a break, they'll unhook you, and then you
Oh,
can
okay.
be. I'm sure you got a million things to do.
No,
but anyway,
I don't.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick short break here, and then back with more Inside Leominster.
First try. We have a little citation here, just to acknowledge your efforts here at the Tears of Joy Ministry. As Mayor of the City of Leominster, it gives me great pleasure to present you with the certificate, the celebration of the grand opening here in Leominster.
I appreciate it so much.
That's right. It's our obligation, our responsibility to help people in the community who might be struggling, right? And I can just tell you, from the littlest to the oldest, if you live long enough, at some point you will struggle, right?
Yes.
The day will come. You will struggle, and it's important for us to help each other along the way, right? Get back on their feet, get them going again, right? So let's look.
And we're back here at Inside Leominster. That was good. Thank you, Caroline, for coming on, and everyone that's part of the foundation. 978-534-1626. I want to remind you, up at the Boys and Girls Club of Fitchburg and Leominster, they have a community breakfast on Wednesday, May 18th. Come enjoy some coffee and conversation at our first community breakfast held at the Boys and Girls Club. I'd like to introduce ourselves and get to know you as well. RSVP. So anyway, having a community breakfast up there. Are you interested in working in the biotechnical world? Go to apprenticeship at massbioed.org because they have some wonderful programs, and maybe you've been thinking about a career change. And you like your job and everything, but you're thinking, you know, I hear a lot about life science. There's lots of jobs locally for life science. Maybe that's what I'll do, right? Maybe that's what I'll do is is do an apprenticeship program and see if I like it. The Daily Bread is reopening on Saturday, April 23rd, so 2 days from now, back at the Pilgrim Church. It's a little soup kitchen serving free breakfast Saturdays at the Pilgrim Congregational Church, right across from City Hall next to the library. Maybe thanks to the generous donors who have made it possible for us to serve breakfast in Leominster since 2009. So come on down. 8 to 9 o'clock, everybody is welcome. Carla, welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy.
You've been down there to the Pilgrim Church for the morning breakfast, right?
Yes, I have.
They do a wonderful job.
It's like it's better than going out to eat because you can have other people cook for you.
Right. Well, they have, starting Saturday, they're going to open up again from 8 to 9 at the Pilgrim Church.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's Jill's church.
Yes. So that's, I went to the, it seems like just yesterday, thank you, Carl. It seems like yesterday they had the bell ringers, the Merrimack Valley bell ringers there, and it seems like yesterday, but it was...
Jill's mom used to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are professional ones. I'm talking about.
Oh, they're really good. I don't know how they do it. I tried it here on the show. They wanted me to try it and see if I could do it, and I wasn't a very good bell ringer.
Yeah, definitely. But just keep on trying, though.
Yes, I will. They said
I'm going to church with Marie and Walter tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
8 to 9 o'clock. Daily Bread.
Yep.
Free breakfast.
I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right. Don't forget.
Take care.
These are all things I want you to put on your calendar. Grab your calendar, put them out there. May 14th, the 21st annual Shoalin Farms Apple Blossom Festival and Craft Fair. Over 40 crafters. There'll be kids' activities, Johnny Appleseed, or as they say, Appleseed John. Free gift silent auction, great food trucks, fun for the whole family, right up there at 1125 Pleasant Street. And the Boys and Girls Club, well, this already passed. Oh, no, they have one more. They have breakfast and, no, I guess we would have to stay the whole week, so we'll just put that aside. That was a program for, at the Boys and Girls Club for like this past week. What else do I have to show you? Where's the patch? Oh, so Leominster Police Department Autism Awareness Badge is right here, and $10. Walk into the front lobby at the police station, and when, if they're not on the phone or doing something, just wait if they are, and $10 gets you that beautiful patch, right? They did a beautiful job in the patch, very colorful, and they're partnering with the Leominster Autism Project. Funds gained through this drive will be used to replace the cost of patches with the and then the proceeds will go to the Leominster Autism Project. And in full disclosure, that is a daughter that is an organization my daughter heads up called the Leominster Autism Project, where they train public safety employees, anybody that wants to be trained on autism and understanding autism. So, Officer Benoit, thank you for putting this together. He's the president of Leominster Police Association. Tonight, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock is Earth Fest coming up on. Remember the first Earth Day? Kyle, do you remember it? First Earth Day, I think I was in the 7th grade, and we went with Mr. Gallagher, took us out to the woods. He explained at length in his classes how important the ecosystem is, the environment. He took us out into the woods, explained to us about edible plants and how important the ecosystem is. And I don't think I'll ever forget that. It was a big deal. We got a picture in the paper with Mr. Gallagher. That was when I was in the 7th grade at Mayor Gallagher. That was the first Earth Day. And then, I don't know if you remember this, but they used to have Earth shoes. Remember that, Kyle? They had like a little angle on them. And they were called Earth shoes. So coming up tonight, if you're watching this on Thursday, is Earth Fest on Thursday, April 21st, 6 to 8 o'clock at the John R. Tater Auditorium at City Hall. Find out how you can make more eco-friendly choices with the help of your local businesses and organizations. Purchase items from your home and to learn more about the resources and services available in the area. So let's just say you want to learn how to compost. And people have tried it and they didn't seem to get it right. Well, you can come here and they'll give you some tips. They'll even sell you a compost bin or a rain barrel, or one of those little compost bins that you put on the side of the next to your sink, so you can throw, the garbage. you remember that, Carl, when they used to pick up garbage at your house? Have a little lid and a canister in the ground, throw all the garbage in there. And then Christoph would come house to house, picking up it, obviously bring it back to the farm. All right, a little less than 25 minutes here left at Inside Leominster. We're live from 4 to 5, and then we repeat the show from 6:30 to 7:30, Carl, is that how it goes? Yeah. Let's see what else. Free. So these are all things to put on your calendar. Free recycle event, Saturday, May 21st, 9 to 1 o'clock at the DPW yard, 109 Graham Street, and we'll have all kinds of things there for you, right? Overflow bags, countertop compost bins for $5, compost bins for $45, rain barrels for $65. It'll be the best money that you've spent. So put that on the calendar. They're also going to take your old dehumidifier. They're going to give you $30 for it. Where do you go to get rid of something old that's no longer efficient or probably safe or healthy? Where do you go? And they hand you $30. Nowhere. Don't forget, another fundraiser coming up, Party with a Purpose, May 14. michaelsrun.org is back in full-blown schedule here, I guess, right? May 14th, Michael's Run. You can go to michaelsrun.org and find out anything you need to find out it's a party with a purpose, and they know how to party. Let's see what we have here, and then we'll do, I'll go through the photos of the week. Let me take a little drink. I think I got a piece of sand or something in my eye, Cal. But it's amazing how most of the time your eye, just by flicking your eyelids, will most of the time wash things out. That's what it feels like there's a piece of salt in there, Cal. All right, let's do some photos and see what we got for the week. There we go. This is our latest count. Glasses, please. As of yesterday, Wednesday, I'll rough it off. 48,000 people got tested. 1,853 people tested positive. There's 24 deaths in the last 4 days and 156 new cases here in Worcester County. We are at 78 over the last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks, we're at 62, so it has gone up slightly. Let's look at the hospital numbers, because that's really where that's the telling tale. Hospitalization is up to 373. However, before we saw the trend where hospitalization was up, so was ICU and intubated. And in this particular case, we're at 373, but we're down actually 6 in intensive care and intubated down 4 at 10. Now, these numbers are across the state, so when you see 48,000 people were tested, that's 48,000 people were tested across the Commonwealth, 351 cities and towns. Other things happening here in the city's pursuing a replacement of heating systems at the Senior Center and the Veteran Center. We're looking to work with Guardian Energy. We got actually a conference call yesterday and some more work on that today with staff members. Doing an analysis of converting school lighting to LED and some heating system and heating work in the schools. A no cost to the school department. Renovations to all 3 fire stations and the fire headquarters are continuing. They've done a great job. The fire department, they do a lot of the renovations, a lot of the work themselves. And when it comes to parts and material and some things that they can't do, then we hire out and make those purchases. But at the end of the day, we as taxpayers, save a substantial amount. MassWorks grant around the Whitney Street area, where you saw a lot of work last year, is wrapping up. That's on the other side of the State Police Barracks. And work with Joe Poirier to replace the lights down at Fournier Field. We've been doing that slowly, kind of phasing it in rather than all of once. And so we're doing some more lights. Those old wooden telephone poles that are down there are probably 50 or 60 feet in the air, and they've rotted and they're old and the woodpeckers have gotten to them. And we replace them with maintenance-free aluminum poles, and the new lighting in and of itself is better lighting, not to mention much less expensive to run. And skate park pump track is out to bid. Getting my skateboard ready, Carl, I don't know about you, but putting new wheels on it and everything, and finalizing our hazardous mitigation plan. Design of the way for sewer water projects for Elm Street, West Street, and Linda Ave, and then purchasing a van for the library. So they're going to have like a little bookmobile. Remember those days when they had a bookmobile? Well, they're going to take them out to neighborhoods, different organizations, and bring the books to you. And a lot of this is getting young kids interested in reading and bringing the resources to them, maybe signing them up for their maybe for their very first library card. And just in case you still want to celebrate for the day and you're looking for something to celebrate, National Tea Day, it's Tirantes Day, and Tirantes Day in Brazil commemorates the execution of the Brazilian national hero, Jacqueline José da Silva Xavier, who fought for the Brazilian independence and freedom from the Portuguese colonial power. And then it's National Yellow Bat Day, and that derived from the Army Security Agency that used to be an intelligence branch of the United States Army. It gathered intelligence, provided Army communications security, and carried out all the electronic countermeasures operations. Its symbol was a yellow bat. Those chose it because it represents mystery and secrecy. And since they were a surveillance organization, they thought it was a good symbol. So National Yellow Bat Day. If somebody calls you up later and says, Happy National Bat Day, you'll know what it is. It's National Bulldogs Are Beautiful Day. Finally. Are they really beautiful, though? Of course they are. They're cute. I wouldn't say they're beautiful. I'd say they're interesting and cute. It's National Kindergarten Day, and to honor those kindergarteners and those teachers, we gave them the week off, Cal. It's National High Five Day. I wonder who invented high five. You think somebody actually invented high five? And it's also my favorite day, National Chocolate Covered Cashews Day. Just that blend of taste, the chew, the snap, the crunch of a chocolate-covered cashew. And remember, they have many kinds today, but milk chocolate and dark chocolate for those people that are trying to maintain good health. And then they even have salt-free cashews that are coated with chocolate that is dark chocolate. So there's a handful of healthiness. We are 88% of the city is vaccinated. DPW and PJ Albert are doing just a tremendous job. Boy, they just move. They have a bunch of streets that they're doing carryovers from last year, and doing Merriam Ave. They'll be paving the final coat tomorrow, but they get in. They get in, they put they regrind the street, they come in and put a binder down, first coat, they lift the structures, then they come back and pave it. We're also doing, the city's also doing and paying for Fallbrook School and Somerset School, all that area on DeChico Drive. Let's go to the next slide here. Leaf and yard waste, get out there, perfect weather now for at least the next 4 or 5 days. We'll be picking up that leaf and yard waste till May 27th. All leaf and yard waste must be in paper biodegradable bags or open barrels. No plastic bags, because we cannot tell if something's biodegradable. It could even be stamped biodegradable, but might not be, and then that just messes everything up. 978-962-3558. If you have any questions at the health department, tell them that Mr. Chocolate-covered cashews said to call. You want to know what days coming up that are important? Well, tonight is Earth Fest, and then Light the Town Purple is Thursday, May 12th. And that's kind of the kickoff to the Relay for Life up there in Gardner. That's one of the biggest cancer fundraisers for cancer. So if you could, contribute, and you can also contribute. And we have the bell, the cancer bell at City Hall. And if you're struggling with it, fighting with it, have a relative that is, you're in remission, whatever it might be, maybe somebody passed from it, you could come up and ring that bell. And then look at us. We've got Farmers Market on the 4th of June, and then we have the Summer Stroll on the 11th, and then the world-famous June 23rd, Pink Flamingo Day, and then a bunch of things that we'll talk about later on, but for now. Let's do it. We've got to make the biggest impression on the Woosocks. July 24th, that's Leominster Day. We really got to, and it's a competition with all the other communities to see who can bring in the most amount of people. So go to woosocks.com, and you can get your tickets there. And they make a contribution from every ticket sold to the Boys and Girls Club of Fitchburg and Leominster. A little bit of a change. Bob Healy did a remarkable job for close to 30 years with the Starburst. And we're going to actually bring back the Starburst to the Starburst Day next year. But this year, because trying to get the band on that particular day, August 27th, with a rain date of the 28th, Neurotic Gumbo is confirmed. American Thunder Fireworks is confirmed. This is all happening right at Doyle Field, a community event. You'll be able to drive your bike there, Carl. What do you think of that? You'll be able to drive your bicycle on the new bike trail. And also, this is going to be the official kickoff, even though it'll probably be open by then. This will be the official kickoff of the Leominster-Fitchburg, or if you call it, whichever you'd like to call it, or the Twin City Rail Trail. That's the official name. But you know, everybody likes to put their own little, the Doyle Field Trail. Whichever it is, that will be the official kickoff coming up August 27th. Here we go. Pictures of the week. I have no clue what's here, Carl. None. Zip. Nada. Here we go. History. I started to break an F, but it's really history. Car 4, Dean Maz, signing the beam. This is the final beam. We have a beam raising ceremony coming up at the, right here. This last piece of the beam is going to be going up. History in the making. This last police station lasted us 60 years. This one is built to last us another 50 or 60 years. And it just seems, based on where they've been, it seems enormous. But please remember, this is built so that, 20 years down the road, we don't have to build another police station. And it'll be important to maintain this police station correctly and keep it clean. And 978-534-1626 if you have any questions at all. The Chico Drive, there they are. Look at that. And it really needed it. And perfect timing, because P.J. Albert worked with us so that we could make sure that we were able to get in there and grind it up and put the first pavement down and then lifting the structures in the final pavement during school vacation. Now, there's nothing worse than trying to pave a parking lot when either people are working or trying to go to school. And there's people in and out all day. And as you know, up off of Union Street on the Chico Drive, there are 2 schools. So getting a fresh coat of pavement for you to return next week. There's Battle Street. Where is Battle Street? Does anybody know? You know where Battle Street is, Kyle? It's the last street if you're heading north into Fitchburg. Just as you're crossing over the line, or just before you cross over the line, the building on the left there is actually in Fitchburg. The road and the buildings on the right are actually in Leominster. But if you get to the end of the road, that last building is actually in Fitchburg. And then, obviously, if you would drive straight down that road, you see that green area there? That's the airport. So if you're heading down North Main Street, it's the last street on the right. Why they call it Battle Street, I do not know. But maybe we can find that out from the historic. I'm going to ask John Proetti, who just celebrated his, 95th or 96th birthday? John Proetti, still sharp as a tack. What are you going to say, Carl?
96.
96. We got to get him back on the show. Now that we're winding down on COVID. Okay, now I have some real relevant questions. And he remembers everything. What an amazing man and a real good guy. So Battle Street's getting some paving. Merriam Ave, getting the final pavement, I believe, tomorrow. Arlington Street getting paved. Happy Easter. There we are, right? You know, see to the left, Carl, that, and Ron and Keith, you know, those little, and they're not expensive at all, those little blow-ups that they have for every occasion. We put them downtown, and all weekend I watched families down there. Some families brought their own Easter eggs and had their own contest. But it really does prove that you don't have to do much to entertain kids and to engage them and to get their creative minds going. It could be something as simple as, again, putting these little inflatables up right downtown. We left them up. They're still up, but we'll probably take them downtown because some of them, I think, the plug or they become unplugged or whatever. But we left them up, and even as late as yesterday, families still out there and brought their cameras along to take pictures. So last week was a big success. Thank you to all of those that were involved. But last week at Easter Fun Day at City Hall was a big, big success. Everything was free, and everyone had a great time. 477 flower sale up there. They had beautiful flowers. If you went up Now, we advertised this for about a week and a half. I got up there and they said, you know, we only have a few left. I didn't get up there till like 10, maybe, no, 11. I tried to get up there early. And they said, you know, we've got some more flowers if you want to wait. And we waited, and we had the most beautiful flowers. And I don't know, I think they were too cheap, to be honest with you. But I left some cash there, and they were beautiful flowers. And we thank 477, and all the money that they raise goes back to scouting, and very important. And a sauce ribbon cutting up there at the Eagles. That is the new food truck. They've done a magnificent job. You may have seen it in the news where somebody actually stole or took the truck without proper authorization. And they are operating out of the Eagles right now, and you'll see more about them soon. And there we are, Alan Van Wert, who participates in the Concord Lexington Parade, the recreation, the reenactment of the shot heard around the world where the British came through Boston and the North End, and it was 1 by sea, 2 by land, or 2 by land, 1 by sea. Paul Revere, and you know the rest of the story, I hope. And our own Alan Van Wert, who you know, wasn't able to do this for the last couple of years because they canceled the parade, was out there representing not only Leominster but the country. And a period in time when you see the reenactment, you see all of those farmers, men and women, and kids defending, and you think to yourself, this country wouldn't be the same had they not been there. So, absolutely remarkable. All right, look at us, Carl. We have time for another quick break. I'll drink some water, and we'll recap everything, let you know what's going on, all the different projects that are happening in and around the city. But in the meantime, Keith, take us to a break, and just a minute or two, I'll get a drink of water, do a little itching of the eye, see if I can't rub out that whatever's in there, and we'll be right back.
So we are out here for Earth Day, promoting our partnership with AIS. Seven Hills Aspire is a community-based day and employment supports program for adults with developmental and intellectual differences. Especially through COVID, it has been uniquely challenging to support folks in community employment because of a number of the restrictions and safety protocols. So with a partner like AIS, it's really a great opportunity for us to get folks out working in an integrated, meaningful way with other members of the community. And when we can give back in a way like this and help out on Earth Day, it's all the better.
Okay, so we're here today at Affordable Interior Systems in Leominster with the Mayor of Leominster, a good friend to the city and also to AIS, the Honorable Mayor Dean Mazzarella, Tim Johnson from the Aspire program, Seven Hills Foundation. So we're celebrating Earth Day. It's kind of a cold day, but we...
Guess where we're going to be tomorrow? Right back there at AIS. And same organization will be there helping to clean up. And if you'd like to volunteer and clean up, maybe it's just 1 or 2 people, and we have plenty of locations we can direct you to. We want to make sure they're safe. We'll make sure you get gloves, get you a T-shirt. We'll get you all set up, bags, everything that you need. And the best part of this is we used to have cleanup day, say, on Saturday. And we'd have it Saturday morning. We'd start at 7 in the morning. We'd finish at 12, 1 o'clock, feed people pizza. But then it get it got a little more complicated because people were busy. They were shuffling off. Some people had to work, their baseball games, soccer, different, family activities. So what we decided to do was pull back a little and offer it to, anybody that would like to help clean up their street, their yard, the church, downtown, parks, schools. Offer it open-ended. So again, there's no set time other than that we want to make sure that you're safe wherever it is that you go. And like we're going to be doing Litchfield Street out front here. We're going to be doing Nashua Street. Those are some of the areas where we're a little bit iffy about putting people on unless they're all adults. So if your organization, your church group, your neighborhood, your family, whatever it might be, would like to help out, 978-534-7500, extension 0, let them know about that. Now, just to give you an update, I talked about all the paving projects that we have going on. Route 13, as you heard Art say earlier, if you're just joining us, this is Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella. We meet here just about every Thursday, and sometimes we switch to 6:30 to 7:30, depending on what's going on. And updating you now, and so Route 13, putting all the mechanicals in, they're going to have to tie in all the loops, get everything tied together. So there's still several more months left for that project, but the bulk of the real extensive work is done. And then over at Route 12, if you've been by Washington Square in front of that area near the hospital, they have begun construction, digging it in, fencing in certain locations. They tore down Workers' Credit Union. Now, despite the fact that some have heard that Workers' Credit Union got torn down for a parking lot for the bike trail, that's not correct. It would certainly look like it would make sense to do that, but it's actually to expand the intersection. So they'll have designated turn lanes. It's going to be a lot safer there. The alignment in the intersection is going to be so much better. Safer, better, and more efficient is our goal. And that's all happening now. We have a number of water and sewer projects planned this year. Downtown, you're going to see some significant improvements downtown. So we are going to be using some of our funding for a downtown facade program where we basically provide some of the funding with matching funding from the businesses and the property owners downtown to do this facade improvement. Now, some buildings have already been done over the years, and this is really to kind of inspire those that haven't had the financial ability, and COVID's been tough for them. Maybe they've lost some tenants, to give it a whole new look, a historic look, we hope. And so we'll be doing some work there. And then down between, let's see, West Street and Merriam Ave, we'll be doing some sidewalk work down there. We're going to be extending out the sidewalk, more vegetation and landscaping, and more seating and furniture. We're out of time here at Inside Leominster. Thank you to sponsors. Thank you to everybody here at Inside Leominster. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. You need to show up. Good night.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by Landmark Self-Storage in Leominster, landmarkselfstorage.com, and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success, enterprisebanking.com.
This is LTV.